Welcome. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different, a bit of an unboxing video. Never tried to do one of these before. First impression, this is a Thermalmaster P3 thermal imaging camera. Supposed to be one of the better ones. Yeah, so has a high temperature range. Nice box. What we got on the back? Thermalmaster P Pro. It's Android and OS capable. I also believe there is software that allows you to connect this to your PC. Don't know how well that works. What do we got on the side here? Android 8mm macro, 8mm to 80, 512 by 384 super IR resolution. I think that is an enhanced resolution. I don't think it's the native resolution. Got this off of Amazon. Paid for it myself, by the way. So it's not a paid sponsor. I have my old thermal camera here, which is a one that I can't remember where I got this from. But this doesn't have a macro lens or anything like that. It's just a thermal imaging camera. It's supposed to be auto adjusting. Did the job. I also have an RF4 infrared thermal camera attached to my microscope, but that has a very narrow field of view. So I was looking for something that I could have a much wider field of view and then use the microscope one if I need to. So let's get this open, shall we? I believe I'm supposed to do this like that, rather than just tearing the stickers off. Boxes within boxes. That's it. So I'll just put that to one side. I like that. That's a nice little pouch. Let's have a look in, see what we receive. Oh, so it has an adapter for an iPhone. So that's pretty cool. I don't have an iPhone, but that's fine. And if I just pop the camera out, so a nice adjustable focal lens. That feels quite nice. Certainly a nice finish. Now the P4, which is the next one in this model, has, if I believe right, it has a natural light lens, which sits next to the infrared, the thermal lens, but it doesn't have this adjustable focal ring here. So from what I understand, well, from what I've been told, this is the one they recommend for the type of work that I'm doing. A quick start user manual, which is in, extended 3-year warranty. Yeah, okay. Yeah, multiple languages. By the looks of it, just looking through here, I think, given the fact that, yeah, it changes language there, so I think each manual is about, reality is the manual is about 15 pages long, but it's supplied in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 languages. That's pretty cool, I suppose. That's all that's in there, and I'm guessing this is a USB cable for it. So yep, so this is the, okay. Oh, okay, that's cool. So that's the USB cable for it. Now then, question. Do I have? Oh, it's got the adapter there. Okay, so that's cool. It goes on that end. Yes. So it has the adapter there, which is good because I would be connecting it to one of my extension cables. That's quite good. I quite like that. I've got the camera facing up at the moment, so yeah. Experience now. Yeah, I've read and agreed that. Yeah, noted. While using this app. Okay. I probably should give my phone a clean, to be honest. It's kind of looking a bit grotty there. Oh, wow. That's, there you go. I've probably never looked better. Certainly works. The focus works quite well. I do assure you I'm not wearing sunglasses. So what else have we got here? Oh, there's a digital zoom, which actually it's certainly not bad. You can, I think you can adjust the color palette. Yeah, the sensitivity here. So I haven't read the manual, so you have to bear with me. You can, yeah, firmware update, new version of firmware. Okay, let's do that then. Okay, let's update it. That was nice and quick. Well, update confirmed. Okay. See what difference that makes, if any. All right, well, it's still nice and sharp. I mean, if I got to point it at my camera, there you go. Hopefully you can see that. I have a light over there I can probably point it at. There we go. Yeah, so, yeah, that works quite well. Okay, so there's a picture in picture, but obviously the picture is, oh, there you go. Okay. Don't know if you guys can see that given the lighting, but there is a picture in picture there. Make it a bit better. There is a difference in the angle of the camera because my forward facing camera is up here, the thermal camera is down the bottom here, so there's going to obviously be differences there. That's okay, that's fine. How useful that would be in doing board repair, I'm not sure, but we tend to be a bit too close. It would certainly be useful if you were, say, working on an electrical box or something like that, a fuse box or a fuse panel, and you were stood back, then you'd be able to probably pinpoint where the hotspots were from there. There's obviously a calibration there. Calibrated successfully. Device details. New version. Okay. Not sure what that was about. It's just done one update. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, connected. So firmware version, software version, firmware update, serial number. There's a factory reset if you wanted to do that. So for comparison, this is my old thermal imaging camera, and as you can see, it has nowhere near the clarity that the other one did. And constantly we would try to recalibrate. You would take the enhanced AI off, but if you take that off, you can even see the distortion there. So, I mean, it would still give you the readings, it would still give you some the work done. So, and you could still do things like lines. and do all that sort of stuff. Hot, colds, whatever. You can do the points. There you go. But the only way you could actually use this was if you actually press this on, that would clear it up, but there was distortion in how it would work. I mean, if I put my hand there, you got my ring on there. You can make out that there's a ring there, but there's no real detail there. So that's what I was working with. Let's see if we actually get anything. Well, it's picked it up. Hopefully you can see that. And connect. Yeah, it's active. And start. Does it do anything now? Oh, look at that. There we go. Okay, so let me just adjust this a bit. I actually don't think that looks too bad. I mean, it's compared to my previous one. Yeah, that looks pretty good actually. A bit of a clicking noise, but you can see there's my face camera, my overhead camera, one of the lights, all in all, and the tangle mesh that is my bench. That thing that's glowing in the background, that's actually a USB hub. So, yeah, and I do need to clean the wires up on my bench. Oh yeah, but yes, so I actually think that's going to work out quite well. Do I have a circuit board here? There you go. So one circuit board, and we can see that. Yeah, actually we can get a fair bit of detail on that. I mean, there's nothing going to light up on this. It's just an old circuit board. One of my spares or repairs. But compared to what I was previously dealing with, you can certainly see a lot more detail across those components. If I take out my portable iron, put that in there. Don't know if you guys, oh, there we go. Ah. I mean, it's probably not as good as the mobile, it's certainly not as clear as the mobile app, but, and you can do the films, the shutters, all the usual things, temperature, spot. So if I just go there, yeah, that's just reflection. It's a little jittery at times. I actually think that's going to be pretty good. Something like this. We can see it definitely heating up the component. Cool. Yeah. And there's the heat on the board. So you'll definitely be able to zoom in right down to the component levels. I think probably about there's probably close enough for most of the stuff that we'd be doing. Yeah. No, I think that works really well. If you're serious about doing some board level repair and things like that, something like this is probably not a bad investment. Just switch back to my overhead camera. So yeah, so just an old scrap board I use for parts and practice and things like that. There is one thing I will do on this, which is always very appealing and very nice to do, which is to take that last bit of plastic off. That is a very cool piece of kit. And put it back in its little carry case, and that will be taken a prime position on my bench. Just there. Okay guys, thank you very much for that. I hope you enjoyed it. There is a bit of fiddling around when you install the software on Windows. And obviously I have no idea what it will be like on something else at this stage. But yeah, thank you.